All right, a top focus on WION right now. India has now issued a response in the wake of the newly signed Strategic Mutual Defence Agreement that's between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, stating that it will closely study the Pact's implications for India's national security and regional and global stability. In a statement issued by the Minister of External Affairs, spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal stated that New Delhi acknowledges the formalization of what it described as a long-standing agreement between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, while noting that it would closely examine its potential ramifications. The statement emphasized that India's national security remains paramount in light of this development. Well, according to an official joint statement, this agreement aims to develop aspects of defense cooperation between the two countries and strengthen joint deterrence against any aggression. The agreement between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan states that any aggression against either country shall be considered an aggression against both. The deal was signed by Saudi's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Riyadh, where both the sides held an official session of talks attended by the delegation of both the countries. The deal comes just days after an Israeli strike targeted Hamas operatives in Qatar's capital Doha. Also, months after India launched Operation Sindoor against Pakistan in retaliation to the Pahalgam terror attack. Saudi Arabia had strongly condemned the terror attack, which came during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's state visit to Riyadh in April this year. In a joint statement, India and Saudi Arabia had condemned the cross-border terrorism and called on all states to reject the use of terrorism against other countries. Not just that, also dismantle terror infrastructure where it exists and bring perpetrators of terrorism to justice swiftly. But Saudi Arabia also has close links with Pakistan. Over 2.5 million of Pakistani nationals are estimated to be living and working in the kingdom. Now, during the official session of talks between both the countries, according to the statement, the two sides reviewed the historic and strategic relations between both the countries and a number of topics of common interest as well. A senior Saudi official who spoke on condition of anonymity acknowledged the need of balance of relations with Pakistan and India. He said, "Our relationship with India is more strong, more robust than it has ever been. We will continue to grow this relationship and seek to contribute to regional peace whichever way we can." And asked whether Pakistan would be obliged to provide Saudi Arabia with a nuclear umbrella under the Pact, the official said, "This is a comprehensive defensive agreement that encompasses all military means." The development comes after the recently held Doha summit that was attended by 40 Islamic nations, of which Pakistan was the only country with nuclear capabilities. And for more on this, our correspondent, SNA Foreign Affairs Siddhant Sibal is now joining us live on the show. Siddhant, talk to us about this historic deal between Pakistan and Saudi Arabia and the ramifications for India at this point of time.
Well, of course, the development raises eyebrows here in New Delhi. Pakistan is a big concern for India because of its support to cross-border terrorism, and it signing a defense pact with India's partner is something that will be noted. We have seen the Indian reaction as well, where the Indian government said that it is aware of the defense pact that was in consideration for some time. Now, essentially, it opens number of permutation and combinations both here in the Indian subcontinent and in West Asian region. As you pointed out, the signing comes days after the Israeli strike in Qatar, and Pakistan is not only a military state in many ways, but also a nuclear state as well. Saudi's own issues, particularly related to Yemen, how Pakistanis can help, is the big question. For India, the big question will be that in case of future terror attack, because we know that in the past Pakistan has supported several terror attacks, in case India responds with a counter-terror operation, what will be the Saudi stance? We have seen the Qatari news outlet quoting a senior Saudi official pointing out that relationship with India is something that is strong. That is what was quoted in Al Jazeera. But essentially, we know that this is a significant development who has not only regional ramifications but global as well.
Right, so then of course Saudi Arabia clearly asserted and said that there have been strong ties between Saudi Arabia and India, but we'll wait and have to see what this actually means for India at this point of time. But thanks very much for getting us the latest.